So let's talk about BUN, which is called as blood urea nitrogen or urea nitrogen. When you take the blood test for renal functions, you'll get two values. One is plain urea, the other one is the blood urea nitrogen. Both goes hand in hand. They are derived from one another. Now, when you talk about renal functions, two things will strike your mind. One is the creatinine, the other one is the urea nitrogen or blood urea nitrogen. So what does blood urea nitrogen means? Blood urea nitrogen means the nitrogen which is produced from the protein you have taken in the last 24-48 hours. There are usually urea and creatinine goes hand in hand. That means if your creatinine goes up, the urea goes up. If the creatinine comes down, the urea will come down. There are very few scenarios where the blood urea nitrogen will be low or high, irrespective of your creatinine. So let's talk about those conditions. So generally when you have high urea, you look at the creatinine also. If the urea is going up, the creatinine is going up, that means that kidneys are not functioning well. You need to have your medical consultation from a nephrologist. Now let's look at scenarios where you have elevated blood urea nitrogen, but however your creatinine is normal. This happens in conditions like dehydration, infection and GI bleeding. That means there's bleeding in your stomach and you're dehydrated where your urea goes up disproportionately when compared to the creatinine. When you have dehydration, the creatinine also goes up, but however, the urea goes out of proportions to the creatinine. The second one is infection. In infection, there's a condition called as catabolic state. That means the body metabolism increases so many times to fight the bacteria. So once the metabolism increases, there will be breakdown of the muscles and other stuff where the urea is released and it increases out of proportion to the creatinine. So these are the scenarios where you have high urea when compared to your creatinine. On the other hand, you can have low urea. The urea cycle, that means the generation of urea happens in the liver. So when you have a liver disease, example, you have a chronic liver disease or liver failure, because of whatever reason it is, in that cases, the urea cycle will not happen. So when the urea cycle is not happening, the blood urea nitrogen is not produced. That doesn't mean that your kidneys are healthy, but because the production factory is not there, your urea will be low despite where it's supposed to be high, but it is low. So these are the conditions where the urea is low and urea is high, irrespective of the creatinine. But generally what we have to remember is that urea and creatinine goes hand in hand.